If you have ever seen a type error in Python and got confused, this video will fix that problem. Type conversion or typecasting is nothing but we can convert the data from one to another data type. There are two type conversion in Python, implicit and explicit. Implicit, Python can automatically can convert. Explicit, programmers can convert manually. There are four basic things: integer, int, float, string, and boolean. Using these methods, we can convert them into integer type or decimal or the string characters or into boolean. Is a true or false? Let's understand this with real examples. Let's start it with implicit. So let me create a variable called I. It's just adding a two numbers. So what Python is doing, converting it directly into a integer. Print I, type of I. If you see, the 6 is a type of integer. If I'm going to adding it with a floating value, what it will give? It's a float. Now you see, the operator plus is converting the integer and float into a float value. If I'm adding another one, it will be definitely a float only. Now, if you want to add a string, what will happen? Any guesses? It will raise a type error as I seen earlier. So, the type error is saying it is unsupported operand type for the plus float and string. So, we cannot add a float and string here. Let's try it with a string now. 3 and 4. Now, any guesses what it will give? Will it add 3 and 4 gives 7? No. It will append the values. 3 plus 4 is a 34 here. I forgot to save it. You see, now it's appended the values 3 and 4, 34, and the data type is string only. So this is how implicit is working. Let's see about the explicit conversions. Explicit is nothing but there are four things, basic conversions are there. Let's start it with integer. So integer is nothing but a class. It can convert a number or string into an integer. So the initial thing you want to know about the data type conversion integer, if you doesn't add any values inside the bracket, it will accept that value as a 0. Let me assume this as I and then I'm just printing it. So as I said, you will get the value is 0. Now let me go on. So what we see, we can add a number or string. So let's add 4. It is giving the 4. So it might, let's add a float value now. What it will do, the float also it will convert into integer. Let's print the type of the data type of file, right? Now you see the 4.5 is converted the base value as 4 and it converted into integer. So this is how it's working. Do you want to try the string value? Any guesses what it will give? See, this is also converted into integer. So now if you want to add some characters, now you will get the type error because it doesn't have the base step. Got it, right? How it is working. Let's go for the float conversions, right? Let me start it with integers. So float also can convert a string or number into a float point. So now I'm giving integer value 4 it will convert into 4.0 because the 4 is integer and 4.0 is the float value. If you want to add a string here or 3, right? I'm saving it. Now you see, even the string also converted into float value. So this is a float also working. The another one which we see is a string. String is nothing but it's creating new object from the given value. So now I'm giving already the string is there. It's a string now. And I'm going to add a number 4. The 4 is converted into string. And also, let's try about the float. Is it possible? Yes, float also. The string is converting the float value also into a string object. So this is a integer, float and string is working. The last one is boolean. You should aware of the boolean, how it's working. Boolean is just a true or false value. Either if it has a value, it will convert into a true. Otherwise, it will be a false. So the initial value of boolean also you should aware of. Initial value will be false. If it doesn't giving, it will take it as a 0 only. If you are giving 0 also, it will take it as a false. If you want to add some numbers, 2 or 3, whatever it will take that as a true. If you are adding some string also, it will take that into a some true boolean value. As in, for all the values, if it has any values, you will get a true. Otherwise, it will be a false. So now you all understood about integer type conversion, float type conversion, string type conversion, and then the boolean. So there are some other advanced techniques are there for the advanced data structure like list conversion, dict conversion. There are others are there, but as you are beginners, I'm going to stop here. If you understand all about this, you are now good with data handling with Python. So from the next video, we will see about how the operators are working with these input methods and then the type conversions.